we are fired up to be joined in the booth by the new head coach of the Cougs, Kirby Moore. What is this like right now? You are at the spot where you play college football. You're watching the program that you're taking over right now, and the team is doing outstanding, up 17-0.
Awesome start for the guys. This whole week's been surreal. We were in Columbia, Missouri last Sunday, flying to Pullman, press conference, meeting with players, building a staff. Ironically, the bowl game here being in Boise with those experiences. My wife went to school here as well. The hotel the team's staying at, we stayed at when we got married. This whole week's been first class.
I mean, what about the football, man? Like, I mean, at heart, right, you got to come out here. You watch them compete in practice and get ready for it, and then to see the team come out with all the things going on around them and have a 17-point lead here in the early third quarter.
Yeah, really a testament to the culture here.
Yeah.
And the players have built the culture, right? I want to keep as much continuity here as I can. Understanding there is going to be a little bit of change, and we're working on that. The big thing for me with our guys right now is building trust. And when I talk about trust, right, it's an investment on my part. And, you know, them believing in my character when I say something, I'm going to do it, and my football competence that I can help them reach their goals.
And here there is the Cougar offense taking over 1st and 10 from the 18. Another handoff to Maxwell Woods. On the prior drive, had the longest run of his college career, a 48-yarder, and Woods breaks off another big one. How about a 20-yard carry for Maxwell Woods right there? So the Cougar offense has been humming in this game. Again, over 300 yards of total offense. Utah State just 47 yards of total offense. Washington State with it 1st and 10 at the 38.
Coach, you and I have talked a little bit before as you kind of got into this about the offense and your mix of throwing it and running it, being able to be multiple, and how that plays out. How do you see that, you know, as you get into this for Washington State?
They're doing a lot of it right now,
Yeah, right?
So for me, right, it's throwing to score. Right here, we got to run to win. We got to make sure.
Middle.
Great throw.
Tony Freeman with the catch in traffic. Cougs get it into Aggie territory to the 44-yard line, and flags thrown after. Looks like this could be tacked on as the Cougs. Looks like Freeman, what did you see there, Alex? Took a hit a little high?
Yeah, a little high, kind of back shoulder ball. He's making a play, running a deep cross across the field. Again, that's where that running game plays into it, right? Play action pass now. You're able to get the linebackers up and throw that ball over the top, and Freeman makes a really nice play and absorbs the hit. It's going to be a big play for the Cougs.
First defense is you.
Our ref mic kind of going in and out of what they have on the field, so didn't get the number of who that was on for Utah State, but that ball already going to be down at the 44, and it's going to be looked at as well. And 9 minutes to play here, third quarter, up 17-0. And here we are, and Kirby, I know the WSU culture, the Cougar culture, you're no stranger to that. But looking in this crowd, I know people with the Potato Bowl fired up about the Cougar turnout. Jess told us before on the field she thought it was kind of 70-30 Cougar fans. You can feel that WSU presence, and we were all there last night at the reception with that great turnout of Coug fans.
Yeah, I felt it since getting off the plane, right? And the press conference, and obviously me being from Prosser, a ton of local support there as well, traveling to the bowl, meeting parents, alumni. Last night, the turnout here being unbelievable, and looking forward to again, continuing that support here, building into the 26th season.
Talk about building trust with the players, and, you know, this day and age with NIL and player movement, transfer portal, all the things, right? It feels like that's the premium, right? Like that's the delta to be had because, you know, the money, it comes and goes. There's always that.
After review, defensive player number 18 forcibly contacted the head of the receiver with his forearm. Therefore, the ruling on the field of targeting is upheld. Number 18 has been disqualified.
And that is a big loss for Utah State. Ike Larson earned Mountain West Conference honors for the third time in his career this season. He actually started for Utah State the last time that they were in the Potato Bowl back in 2023. He is a senior, so one of the most impactful players for the Utah State defense. His day is done with that targeting penalty tacked on. Cougs have it at the 29-yard line of Utah State. Here we are. It's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Washington State up 17-0. We are thrilled to be joined in the booth by new Cougar head coach Kirby Moore. Chris King here with Alex Brink, and the Cougar offense continuing to do what we've seen really throughout this day. And to start the second half, they are moving the ball. So it's 1st and 10 for Washington State. After that targeting call was reviewed and upheld, Cougs go play action. Zevi over the middle, finds his tight end. It is Trey Lechner, the Snohomish native, finally ripped down, but he gets to the 10-yard line. 19-yard pickup there. Lechner a little slow to get up.
Officials timeout on the field for an offensive injury prior to the ball being spotted.
Good eyes by Lechner, kind of sliding back inside. They're running play action passes. He's trying to get to the
Please
outside.
set the game clock to 8 minutes and 44 seconds. 8-4-4.
Utah State overplays it, and Zevi gets back inside to his tight end and makes a nice play downfield.
Thank you.
And he does pop up. That is good to see for Trey Lechner. Lechner this season, his 3 receiving touchdowns by a tight end, tied for the third most receiving touchdowns by a tight end in Cougar history. Again, we're here with Kirby Moore, and Coach, I know you have been so busy. I don't think you've had a spare second in your day. How has it been? Because, maybe Coug fans haven't heard the names of staff members yet, but they know that you have been working hard and building this thing where it comes to talking to players and getting your staff put together.
Yeah, everything's very fluid right now. I told you, first emphasis was on the players and then building a staff that's going to connect and embrace the Northwest and make sure that's from a relationship standpoint and a recruiting standpoint.
Cougs have it, 1st and goal. From the 10-yard line, Angel Johnson in at running back. The snap, the give to Angel Johnson. That extra cut back to the inside. Not a ton there. Falls forward to the 8. It will now be 2nd and goal from the 8 for Washington State.
Coach, when you meet with the players, what's the message to them as you sit down and connect with them?
Yeah, first I want to have an overview of it's their program. And, hey, what are the things you really like? What are the things you think we can improve? And I want to make sure I'm taking that into consideration. How have you been coached here? And just an understanding of the lay of the land from a program standpoint.
7 minutes, 50 seconds in county to go, third quarter. Cougs looking for their first bowl win since 2018. Up 17-0 here on Utah State. A chance to grow the lead. 2nd goal from the 8. Snap back to Zevi. Heaves it up in the air. Tony Freeman the target. One-hand catch. Does he haul it in? Oh. He does. Tony Freeman, 8-yard touchdown reception. One for the highlight reels. Let's see the officiating crew talking. Now they're still discussing it. The band is playing. Will this be a touchdown or not?
He's got it. One of them has it. Yep.
There we go. Touchdown signaled. How about that? We got Kirby Moore clapping up here in the booth.
Let's go.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
So it's going to be under review, but Tony Freeman, 2nd-year Coug. And, Alex, you saw a replay in your win scene a little bit.
Yeah, I think he tried to bring it in one hand, left hand into his body, and it got trapped against his leg and then I think made contact with the ground. Cougs trying to run a little smash, double under play. Tony Freeman's running the corner route, had a chance at it. A little more air under that football, probably lets him run underneath it. Really, really close.
Freeman popping with those cleats. Cougs looking sharp. White pants, white tops, crimson numbers, white helmets, crimson Cougar head logo, and he's got the highlighter green cleats with the highlighter orange laces.
Well, that's the Christmas, the Grinch. Those are the Grinch cleats. The
like
Grinch
it,
cleats,
yes.
Yeah. Christmas themed is what they call them.
So if it does stand and this is a touchdown, it's 23-0 Washington State, point after pending. If not, it will be 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. How has it been, learning the WSU personnel? Obviously, you have been just immersed in everything Missouri, and then you take this job, or you're gearing up to talk about this job, interview for this job. You're learning about the personnel who's
here. After review,
here.
the receiver never maintained control of the ball prior to contacting the ground. Therefore, the ruling is an incomplete pass.
All right, here we go. We're bouncing back.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8.
That's what you're saying in the headset. If you were calling the play, we're
No
fine,
question.
we're fine. Bounce back here.
Let's go. Set back, come back.
What do you like on 3rd and 8 here?
Potential for pressure, right? So got to make sure in terms of the quarterback has some awareness here if he's got to check it from a protection standpoint. Make sure the ball gets in the end zone.
Yeah.
Cougs, Leon Neal Jr., Josh Meredith, and Jeremiah Noga in at wide receiver. Angel Johnson, the running back to the right of Zevi Eckhouse. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Snap back to Zevi. There is that pressure. Back pedals, heaves it up, looking for Meredith, overthrows his intended target. And it will be an incompletion. Washington State getting it to the 10-yard line. Each of these 2 drives to begin the second half. But both times the Cougs will have to settle for a field goal attempt. Up 17-0. Jack Stevens coming out for another short field goal attempt.
Yeah, Meredith came in motion left to right. They're trying to work him on a back end line. A deep cross going across the field, first read, and then trying to hit Meredith. Just got to drive it high on the back end line. Zevi let that one sail just a little bit.
Stevens' first of the second half was a 26-yarder he made. This will be a 25-yarder from the far left hash. Harris, the holder, waits the snap. Here's the snap. The hold is down. Stevens Drills it through. It is good. 25-yard field goal, and the Cougs take the 20-0 lead here on Utah State. What a special opportunity we have here up in the booth. Chris King not only joined by Alex Brink, but the brand new coach of the Cougs, Kirby Moore, here in the booth with us, getting a second segment with him. Want to pass along one note as the Cougs up 20-0 on Utah State. Both possessions for Washington State on offense to begin the second half, ending in short field goals. Just getting word that this is the largest attendance for the famous Idaho Potato Bowl since 2018. So a good example of what the Cougs can bring, how well WSU fans travel.
Yeah, I think there was little doubt that would happen. But then, obviously to see it in practice is fun to, we can't even see the big Coug section down behind the bench, but Jess said it's, it's full to the brim. So, Coug faithful doing their part for sure.
You talked about it in your press conference, Kirby, about growing up, being around WSU, going to spring practice. What was that ballpark number of Coug games that you went to growing up?
It was definitely in the double digits. It was, my dad being a high school head football coach, that was our spring breaks. It was going to Cougar football practice, Mike Price, Bill Doba. You'd hear Rob Akey across the field. And, just incredible seeing those guys winning Rose Bowls.
It's so funny to think back, like some of the people you and I both know and had experience with, you know what I mean? Like it's informative years of our playing days, you know what
100%.
I mean?
Kickoff from Ryan Harris, returnable for Javen Jacobs, finally gets upended at the 30-yard line. Anthony Polano helping out. Demarius Russell, a name we've been saying a good amount as a true freshman. And Kirby, I know you're kind of parachuting in now, but it's really been next man up for the Cougs this year on both sides of the ball. That's been the case today. Some injuries, and boy, those guys haven't missed a beat who have had to step up and take on a bigger role.
A lot of depth, right? That's what's shown up here. A lot of number of positions, a lot of really good young players, right? And again, that's right now for me, it's about keeping continuity here at Washington State.
Sure.
Aggies have not been able to get much going on offense. Bryson Barnes, 3 of 13, 22 yards passing. They go to the ground. Immediately a flag is thrown. Nothing there. Stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Polano with the tackle. It is Miles Davis, the ball carrier. A gain of 1 as it stands now, but we'll wait to get word on what the flag is for. What's it like? I mean, this has to be strange, right? You have a headset on, so maybe that's normal, but you're not used to talking to myself and Alex. You're down on the field.
I don't know the last college football game that I've been to that I haven't been part of the game plan, right, on offense or defense.
That's fascinating.
It's just been really cool to see these guys making a ton of plays.
Speaking of the depth, and it feels like the shift, right, when you went to the 4-game redshirt rule, right, from there, and then obviously transfer portal, it's like players are getting on the field so much earlier now and have to be ready to go, and to some degree they are, right? You see a lot of freshmen.
Yeah, whether it's early, right, whether it's later in the season, right, with injuries, I think there's a ton of potential for guys to get that ability to play under the lights and again, help them early in their career.
Yeah.
Utah State goes back to Jacobs. He's upended. So the Cougs, it was only a gain of 1, so the penalty didn't end up being enforced. It was 2nd and 9, and we have an Aggie who is slow to get
Officials
up.
timeout on the field for an offensive injury prior to the ball being spotted.
This is the starting right tackle, Junior Sia, who is already in place of their normal starting right tackle for Utah State, Trey Anderson, who is out. So already kind of having to lean on their depth on the offensive line and could have to lean a little more. 7:08 to play, third quarter, 20-0. The lead that Washington State has on Utah State here in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. And we're joined in the booth again by Kirby Moore, the brand new coach of the Cougs.
I mean, Chris, we got to highlight this. I mean, Utah State, right, 49 total yards, and right there you're seeing it on that play. The team speed for Washington State, sideline to sideline, for an offense in the Aggies has been really productive all year. I mean, just flat out not able to do anything against this unit.
It has been, and you never know going into any game. There's a layoff. There's obviously the transition, a lot of different from when the Cougs last played to this game, but this squad is not missed a beat, and that word had been kind of the player-led team and this player-led kind of spirit of everything. And goodness, it has been a lot of fun to watch here today. There's still 7:08 to go, and we're in the third quarter, but so far the 20-0 lead has been awfully impressive.
Yeah, very, very much so. Kirby, did you call plays from the box or?
I was in the box. Obviously, have some experience on the field, and so that's want to definitely be involved in the offense.
Yeah,
and that's kind of an ongoing process there.
Sure.
So after the injury, back to the action. It is 3rd and 8 for Utah State, their own 31-yard line. The snap back to Barnes, being flushed out to his right, throws near the sticks, and it will be short. Pass is caught, but it will not be enough for the first down. Caleb Franzel flying around, helping to make the tackle. Good job there by the WSU defense.
Yeah, great play there by Polano as well, right?
Yeah, Polano, I mean, he had the big play. Remember batting down in the first half, batting that ball down. We've seen his speed all year, flying around and forcing the punt for Utah State. What a big play by Polano, stopping the momentum. Coach, this is a future Pac-12 matchup, right? Playing Utah State, obviously at Boise State. What about that opportunity that Washington State has kind of to be the flag bearer for this new Pac-12?
Yeah, huge opportunity for us to win right now. Right, there's going to be a ton of competition, right? Regional ties. I think you look at the success that Boise's had, Utah State's had. But right now, right, I think from an administration standpoint, the investment that they're putting into the football program, really looking forward to building on that through the 26th season.
Yeah. After the Landon Rico punt, fair catch called for at the 14 by Tony Freeman. That will take us to a break here. Coach, we can't thank you enough for your time. We are fired up about the future of Cougar football, and this is a neat moment where it's the present and what's going on here in this bowl game, and these guys have been delivering so far, and what is in store for you and Coug fans. It's an exciting time.
Thank you, guys. Go Cougs.